Friday the 13th, for some, it's just another date on the calendar. For others, it's a day of bad luck. Black cats, broken mirrors, and the creepy feeling that something isn't quite right. But long before horror movies and modern superstitions, the UK was already steeped in stories of curses, ghosts, witches, and ancient evils, tales whispered by firelight, passed down through generations. So tonight, as Friday the 13th looms, we're diving into the darkest corners of UK folklore. Stories born from fog-covered moors, lonely forests and stone villages, where the past never truly stays buried. Lock your doors, lower the lights, and let's begin.
Welcome to Mysterious Lore. Why Friday the 13th feels cursed.
The fear of Friday the 13th didn't come out of anywhere. In Christian tradition, Friday was the day of the crucifixion, and the 13th, that was the number of guests at the Last Supper, with Judas, betrayer of Christ, often counted as the 13th person. In older European folklore, including Britain, the number 13 represented distribution of order. 12 was seen as the perfect 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, 12 apostles, baker's dozen. 13 broke the pattern. In medieval England, executions often took place on Fridays. Public hangings began a grim form of entertainment, and over time, Friday gained a reputation as a day when death walked closer than usual. So when Friday and the 13th collide, people believe the veil between the living and the dead grew thinner, and that belief gave birth to some truly chilling stories.
The Black Shuck, the devil's hound.
If you ever find yourself walking alone at night in East Anglia and you hear heavy paw prints behind you, don't turn around, because you might find the Black Shuck. Black Shuck is one of the most terrifying creatures in UK folklore. A gigantic black dog with glowing red eyes, and it's said to roam the countryside. Witnesses describe it as a silent, massive, wrong somehow. In 1577, during a violent storm, Black Shuck allegedly burst into two churches, one in Bungay and another in Blythburgh. Parish records claim the beast killed worshippers on the spot and left claw marks burned into the church doors. To this day, those marks are still visible. Some believe Black Shuck was an omen of death. If you saw it, or someone you knew saw it, they would die within the year. Others claim it was the devil himself roaming the land on cursed nights, like Friday the 13th.
The Bell Witch of Lancashire.
Witchcraft trials are often associated with Salem, but England had its own terrifying history. We've already done one when we did the Colne. But in the early 1600s, Lancashire became known as the epicentre of witch paranoia. One legend tells of a witch only known as the Bell Witch, named not because she rang bells, but because people claim she could make church bells toll on their own accord, usually just before someone died. Villagers reported hearing whispers in the dark, livestock dying suddenly, and shadows moving across the walls. The witch was said to curse homes so thoroughly that families fled overnight, leaving food on tables and fires still burning. Friday was believed to be her most powerful day, and the 13th her favourite number. Even after her execution, locals claim the bells rang anyway.
The Green Children of Woolpit.
Not all folklore is violent, but some just deeply unsettling. In the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, medieval records describe a strange event. 2 children appear near a pit used to trap wolves. Their skin was green. They spoke no known language. The boy soon died, but the girl survived. Over time, her skin returned to normal and she learned to speak English. She claimed they came from a land beneath the earth where the sun never shone. Some believe that this was an early alien encounter. Others think they were fairies, creatures known in British folklore for stealing children and crossing between worlds. In old superstition, Friday the 13th was believed to be a fairy crossing day, a time when beings from other realms could slip into ours.
Spring-heeled Jack, London's nightmare.
Victorian London was already a dark, crowded and dangerous place. Then came Spring-heeled Jack. Witnesses claimed he was tall, wore a cloak and had glowing eyes. Most terrifyingly, could leap over buildings in a single bound. He attacked women, clawed at their faces, breathed blue fire and vanished into the night. Panic spread through London and vigilante groups formed. People refused to leave their homes after dark. Some thought he was a demon. Others said he was a mad aristocrat. A few believed he was something not human at all. Reports spiked on Fridays and several encounters were dated. Yes, you guessed it, on the 13th. Even today, no one knows what Spring-heeled Jack really was. Across the UK, there are objects people refuse to touch. The Hope Diamond has nothing on Britain's cursed relics. There's the Llewellyn Stone in Wales, said to bring death to anyone who moves it. The Edinburgh Vaults, where objects mysteriously rearrange themselves, and countless standing stones local warn tourists never to disturb. In folklore, Friday the 13th was a worse day to move cursed objects because whatever lived inside them could escape. So, whether you believe in curses or not, whether folklore is history, myth, or something in between, the UK is a land where stories cling to the soil, and on nights like Friday the 13th, when the wind howls a little louder and shadows feel a little longer, maybe it's worth listening. If you enjoyed this dive into the UK folklore, like, subscribe and let me know in the comments which legend unsettled you most. And whatever you do tonight, don't walk home alone. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you've been to any of these places and have your own experiences, or there's somewhere that you'd like us to go and tell a story of, leave it in the comments and we can have a look at it. Thank you.